Hey, it's BrickTsar, and we're going to look at a vintage Lego set. This set is from 1972, so yes, it's 41 years old. It is set 131. 131. It is a passenger coach. It is, of course, a train set. Actually, it's just a train car. So all you get is one car, and it's from the blue track era, so I have it set up on this blue track. So let's look at some of the features of this set and the box. Alright, here's our box. It's a nice simple design on the box. I love the classic Lego logo there with the standard colored bricks on this bar. Set 131 here says made in Denmark. Has a kind of a dark green look to it. And then on the back, since I don't have the original sticker sheet for this set, I can show you the other options you have. This came with a sticker sheet that had several of the number 1 stickers, and then it had 2 each of the different city and town stickers. So it had the Basel, Hamburg, you had 2 of those, you had 2 of the Zurich, 2 of the London, 2 of the Paris. So you could put on the coach what you wanted to, but I bought this used. It's in very good condition, but didn't have the instructions and didn't have the sticker sheet, so I'm stuck with just having the German version. But that's okay. The set only had 67 pieces, so it's really easy to build. Not a lot to it. So let's look at the car. Now this is the base of the passenger coach, and a lot of the trains from that era. Your wheels were built into this one assembly. This is a 6x16. There was also a 6x12, and it just, the wheel, you know, it's all one piece. There's nothing to take apart here really. If the magnets come off, it's pretty much broken. It's common to find these with the magnets broken, but yeah, it's just one piece. And this one's 6x16. It's got little holes here on either end, and that's with a lot of the train sets that you just had this base. Okay, and you notice the base has blue magnet on one end and red on the other. That's the way all of them were. Back then they didn't have the swivel that you have on magnets now. So see our passenger coach, this is the actual coach. This is just an extra one I had. That other one's just extra. But it has the red and the blue. Red on one side, blue on the other. I don't remember which is north and which is south, but if you know anything about magnets, your opposites attract and your likes repel. So you had to line up all your cars on your train the exact same way, where your reds touch the blues, so magnets would attach just like that. And if you had it turned the other way for some reason, they're going to repel. Now they'll stick together on the middle part, but you'll see they really don't want to stick. They're just doing everything they can to turn away from each other. So they didn't have the idea yet of putting the magnet on a swivel back then. All magnets have one side that's north and one side that's, oh, look at that, it's magnetized itself. What just happened? There we go. That was strange. But anyway, so that's one thing that they hadn't invented yet back then. They didn't have the swivel. So you always knew you had to connect your reds to your blues. Now this is on blue track as well. I've never seen blue track in the real world, but when Lego apparently only had a few standard colors, it must have made more sense to make it blue. I would have thought, if you go by the color bars of the main colors, the yellow, I mean that would look stupid. Red, I'd love to have a piece of red track. That's prototype color usually. Blue, white, no, white wouldn't do, and black. I would think black would have been more suited for being the rails. Later, when gray started to become more readily available, they used gray. But this set does not come with any track, but I have it on this blue track just for demonstration. It's the same width as the current Lego track. They never changed that from the beginning of time of Lego making trains, so that's good that everything's still the same standard width. So this will work with your Horizon Express. It'll look ridiculous if you hook it up to the Horizon Express, but it will attach to it. Since the Horizon Express magnets or any of the other power function train sets, the magnets flip, it'll attach to this no matter which way you hook it up on there. Enough about those little minor details, but it's just a 67 piece set. It's got a fence around the back on the observation area, and these are 1x3 gates here, and your standard 1x4 fence on the end. 1x3 gates are a little less common than the 1x4 gates, but every piece on this set is fairly common. The windows, just standard windows, a bunch of 1x8s and 1x1s, things like that. You got the old-time door there, not minifigure scale. It's got classic old grays. The 6x16 piece is a little more expensive as far as plates go, but not rare or anything. So this is still a relatively inexpensive set you can get. Now getting it new in the box would be expensive, but just the car itself, you're not going to spend a lot of money finding this on eBay, or you shouldn't, I should say. So just wanted to show you one of these old sets from the early days of Lego trains, and I will be doing more of these from time to time. I do have quite a few. This would have been what you would call the 4.5 volt era, meaning that usually you'd hook this up to either push trains that you just push around the track, or you'd hook it up to trains that were powered by 3 1.5 volt batteries or 4.5 volts, and that was what was common back then in 1972. That's why I call this 4.5 volt train, 4.5 volt track, even though there's no voltage going through this track. And later we'll show some of these different train cars, such as this one running in an actual train, but I wanted to go ahead and show you this particular set. So anyway, please comment, like, and subscribe, and thanks for watching BrickTsar.